After an absolutely wild week here in the crypto market, things are finally starting to slow down as we enter into the weekend, with Bitcoin and altcoins pulling back anywhere from 1 to 5%. Now, most people would look at the current market and say, oh, this is just a cool down, it's just a slowdown, everything's okay. And although I do agree with that, people don't actually realize how dangerous a moment like this is. And I wanted to make this quick video explaining exactly why this moment is dangerous and how you can avoid the traps that are being set out for you. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. And guys, don't forget that if you sign up to BTCC and start trading today, which is where I do about 90% of my trading, you can get up to $10,000 in bonuses and 40% less fees. It's an absolutely fantastic deal, one of the best on YouTube. So, check it out down below. So, as I mentioned before, this last week has been absolute madness. We saw Bitcoin fly from 107,000 up $11,000 towards 118,000. We saw ETH get real close to $3,000. We saw Solana doing decent. We saw Sui doing decent. We saw XRP, XLM all pumping. I mean, things have been wild. In addition to that, the crypto fear and greed index is nearly at extreme greed. People are starting to look up crypto again over the last 7 days. I mean, it's actually been a pretty solid week. Now, as a result of that, as we've again ventured into the weekend, as I told you in the beginning of the video, things have started to slow down. Bitcoin's pulled back a bit. You look at crypto bubbles on the 24 hours, we're seeing some pullbacks from, CRV, Uni, CAS, XDC, and all these ones. And, people are kind of just taking it light. They're not going too crazy. No big buys, no big sells. Things are pretty balanced. Now, on the surface, you would see this or hear this and think, oh, that's a good thing, right? It's a great thing that the market's kind of cooling down. And again, in many capacities, I would agree. But on the other side of that, though, there's a lot of danger in this moment with the market going sideways. And again, I want to explain to you exactly why. So, after a big move like we just saw, what you have to understand is that there's still a lot of leftover emotions. Although the market's not doing much because institutions have off on the weekends, there's still a lot of leftover emotions here from retail investors, right? You have some retail investors who have gotten super greedy. They went long on Bitcoin at 107. Now their positions are up, a good percentage. If they're on 5x, they're probably up anywhere from 50, 60%, 100x, they're even up way more than that. And they're feeling good about themselves. And they're thinking, how can I get more money to start throwing it into these long trades? And you're seeing those long traders who are getting greedy throwing more and more money at these long trades. And we're seeing it actively on chain every single hour. Now, on the flip side of the emotional spectrum, you're seeing people who are pissed, dude. Like, man, I sold all my Bitcoin at 107 and now it's at 117 and I don't know what to do. And some people are FOMOing in and some people are revenge shorting. I mean, they're shorting, betting so hard that the market's going to fall. It would shock you. I mean, dude, if we just let me just show you this if you don't believe me. Look at this. Right now, if on the 1 day Binance liquidation map, there's over $500 million worth of liquidations above us, most of those being 100x right here. What that means is there's like hundreds of millions of dollars of short trades being built up at $119,000 for liquidation. I mean, it's wild. People are angry. There's a lot of pain in the market, more than you would realize, of people who didn't DCA or they sold their crypto and now they're feeling that FOMO and they don't know what to do. But the moral of the story is that what we're seeing is a lot of leftover emotions from the week, and it's starting to impact charts. Again, you're seeing some people open up huge long trades. You're seeing some people open up huge short trades, some people doing big buys, some people doing big sells. And as a result of this kind of weighted battle that we're seeing on both sides, it's starting to cause things like Bitcoin to just go flat. For example, if I show you what Bitcoin's doing and I go down to actually the 1 hour charts, you can see this, clear as day. Look at this. Look at how Bitcoin's really just been bouncing in the same range for a while as we have started to see people go back and forth with their emotions. Now, you may think, well, that's not that big a deal. People are just trying to figure out how they feel. And if we were in 2021, I would agree. The reason why this is so dangerous, and the whole reason I'm making this entire video, is because what happens after this? I've come to realize there's a nasty, insidious pattern of something that happens right after this, and you need to be prepared for it. So, what I've come to realize is there's a pattern in crypto that goes just like this. The market either pumps or dumps, it goes in whatever direction it's going to go in. And then it starts to cool down into the weekend as institutions take some time off. They go back with their families, leaving retail traders to do what they're going to do. The retail traders then get in their emotions. Some people are happy, some people are mad, some people are buying and longing, some people are selling and shorting, right? And they're going back and forth, building up these huge positions. And then Sunday, Monday comes around, and these institutions re enter the market. They go back to work and they start looking and they see, oh, look at all these traders. Look at all these people who are revenge shorting. Look at all these people who are revenge longing. Look at all these greedy people. Like, look at all this, this pint up energy in the market. How do we capitalize on it? And as you enter into Sunday and Monday, volatility gets wicked. And you start seeing huge crashes and huge dumps. I mean, huge moves in either direction. You can have a 1 minute, 2 minute candle drop 1 or 2% on $1 trillion asset, which is crazy work. It's disgusting, right? But it happens all the time. And what I believe is happening is those algorithms and those institutions, they're looking at this market and they're seeing, okay, retail investors had 2 days to boil up all this energy, to get all this, this anger and this happiness, this greed, this frustration, and put it into their positions and put all this money in and double down and triple down. And now we can go in and wreck everybody and take all that money from them before we let this crypto market move how it's going to move throughout the week. And so what that would imply is that what we're seeing right now, although it is normal that the market has slowed down throughout the weekend, could be preparing people for some absolutely devastating losses over the next 48 hours. Because if this pattern repeats, what I think will happen is that on Monday, we're going to see some nasty volatility. And I don't even think it's going to be particularly one sided. I think there's going to be big dumps and big pumps in either direction on the shorter time frames, destroying crypto traders on both sides of the spectrum. And so the biggest thing that I can say in order to avoid that is to really avoid a moment like this. And you might think, well, when the market slowed down, that's the time to get in. And I guess from a more macro sense, that is true. But in these little periods, like these little weekends in between huge volatile weeks, guys, I would be avoiding this like the plague. Because if you go look at what we're seeing again back on CoinGlass, there's $500 million in shorts in liquidations to the bottom side. There's $500 million in liquidations to the top side. And that's just on the Binance BTC USDT chart. That's just on Binance. Guys, if I go all the way down to the exchange chart, we're talking 1.9 billion to the downside. We're talking 1.9 billion to the upside. Look how equally weighted this is as all of these long traders are getting greedy and all these short traders are getting pissed off, right? So what I think is going to happen is I think a lot of these traders in both directions are going to get absolutely manhandled over the next 48 hours. And I don't want that to be you. So the question you might be asking yourself, well, Tyler, how do I avoid that? Avoid high leverage right now. Avoid high leverage, avoid big trades. I think sometimes it's okay to be going on those high leverage trades. But right now, when the market's really pumped, when we can see that the crypto fear and greed index is at a 78, when retail is entering the market, when things are starting to actually get a little bit spooky because people are actually all euphoric, I don't particularly think now's the best time. I think the lizard people are licking their eyeballs. They're excited. They're ready. They're getting ready to, I can't wait for Monday to come around. I'm about to smash all of these little people. And that's what they're thinking. I truly believe that. And I think that's going to be reflected in the charts over the coming days. So the best thing to do is hold tight. Let's get through this. Listen, crypto just broke out. If this is going to be a macro run where Bitcoin runs up to 120K, 130K, if ETH is going to go to 4K, if Solana is going to go to $200, it's going to take time. It's not just going to be a 1 day thing. It's not going to be a 2 day thing. It'll be a multi-day thing. You don't need to be in a rush right now, because the truth is the people who are rushing or allowing their emotions to take control right now are probably the ones who are going to be the ones getting wrecked when all of this volatility happens that I think is going to happen. So don't fall into the trap of this little sideways, cool down, chill market. No, 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 no. I don't think this is going to last long. I think this is a trap for retail investors to allow their emotions to get to them, let them get antsy, put their money in, then get destroyed when the lizards get back into office. Okay. So the best thing to do is hold tight, let it play out, and then go from there. So that's that. I'll be here updating you every step of the way. I am out on a little bit of trip. It's real hot out here, but I'm always going to be making the content for you guys here and on Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram. I post little analysis and stuff. That's linked down below. And also down below, you're going to find a link to DFlow, guys. This is a super exchange. What they do is they combine centralized and decentralized exchanges into one, to where you're going to get the best prices, the fastest speeds, everything. You can trade futures. You can invest in a meme coins. You can invest in a very basic things like, CoinX or MSTRX, Solana, ETH, whatever it may be. Everything that you need as a crypto investor is in this one platform. So the link to that is down below. Tell them that I sent you if you do go sign up. But overall, of course, I hope you guys have been enjoying the content over the last few days. I've been loving posting content while I'm out here for you. So if you have been enjoying it, smash that like button, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.